day. From Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Buffalo Bills.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field, to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
A Mostert, a first down carry, and this will wind up only getting him a couple, and it'll bring up 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line. He'll look to throw. The left side caught by Diggs. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's Fitzgerald. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. That's caught. It's Gronkowski. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've just...
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Now it's Burrow. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
The numbers for Mixon last week: 22 carries, 121 yards.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Burrow looking to pass. Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Powerful running, and he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Second down, here's Mostert again. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's taken to the 26. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago. Their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along. And from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively. And this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. And he slings one that's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Finds a seam inside the 40 and down to the 29-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now Burrow. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal pushes them back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th. Third and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. Now it's Burrow. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And I think the ball's out. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Koo now for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now back to throw. It's caught by Davis. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. On third down, here comes Mostert. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Burrow will throw. And he rifles one incomplete. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Taken at the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Burrow now off the bootleg. Open man is Chase, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. 7 yards, the pickup there. Second down and 3. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Completes it to Fitzgerald. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That's the one that we've been waiting for, the record-breaking reception, 1,550, the NFL's all-time leading receiver, and we just got to witness it.
How great is that? And frankly, I didn't expect us to witness it. I thought this record would last even longer, even though, when was Jerry Rice's last catch?
2004 in Seattle.
So that stood up a long time anyway. I thought it was out of reach. Congratulations. Forget the standing O. A moment of silence and reverence for this achievement.
A first down run there by Mostert as he'll get this forward for a gain of about 3.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing for football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
And he is going to have a Bills first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to throw now on 1st down.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding 2nd half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire 2nd half.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. A gain of 6 there on first.
4 yards to go on second down from the 7. They hand it off to Mostert.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Raheem Mostert,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Bills have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Here's Bass now for the extra point.
It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. That time a 9-play drive.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon fighting through. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Finds a seam inside the 40, and finally down at the 32-yard line. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff to Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
2nd and 6.
Again, it's Mixon. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.